Hey, today I'm showing you how to make your own super pretty bunny cookies. I'm decorating the cookie with rolled fondant today. Take some cornstarch or corn flour and sprinkle it down on your kitchen bench. I've got a small plastic rolling pin and I'm going to roll out the fondant. Pick it up and turn it around every now and then so it doesn't stick to the workbench. And also so it's an even thickness all the way across. I've bought this fondant from the store, but you can make your own using marshmallows, which is really delicious, and I've got a recipe on the blog for that. This isn't quite thin enough, so we're going to keep on going. This is about the thinness we're looking for. It's perfect. So I'm going to take my cookie cutter and I'm going to press it down firmly into the fondant. You don't want to wriggle it around too much, otherwise it'll ruin the shape. And I'm just going to lift off all the excess fondant. If you've got a big piece of fondant, you can cut lots of the shapes at the same time. And just pop that fondant into some plastic wrap so that it doesn't dry out. It dries out really quickly if you leave it on the bench. And grab your cookie and pop it down ready. Take some plain water and with a clean brush, brush it onto the cookie. You only need a teensy amount of water, not too much or the fondant will get tacky. Take the fondant and pop it on top of the cookie. The water that's there is just going to stick that fondant onto the cookie when it dries. Take the rolling pin and just press it down gently. You don't want to press the fondant out of shape. And just roll it to the edges where you need to. The finish you're looking for is a really even, flat finish. Take a knife and just go around the edges if you need, if there's any rough edges there, and just to pop it into the corners. That looks pretty good. We're going to make some flowers to decorate the ears of the bunny now. Take some pink fondant. I've coloured this fondant myself by using a drop of food colouring. Sprinkle some cornstarch or corn flour on the bench, and we're going to roll it out again, just like we did with the white fondant. We want it quite thin. I'm using these 3 plunger flower cutters. Cut out as many flowers as you need by pressing down firmly with the plunger. Cut out as many. I'm using a ball tool and a frilling tool. For each bunny I make, I'm going to need this combination of flowers for the decorations. For the daisy, I'm going to take my frilling tool and make a gentle indent on each of the petals. The good thing about fondant is that, like, if you muck up a little bit, you can just roll it out and try again. So it's very forgiving. With the flowers, just use the ball tool on each of the petals just to press it out. And just gently press them together with the ball tool. I'm using royal icing for some accents and to stick the flowers on, so I'm just sifting some royal icing powder to make a royal icing mixture up. I'm So to make the royal icing, I'm just following the directions on the packet, but what you need to do is just add some water to the powder and mix it until it's the correct consistency. And then I need pink, white, and green colours for this decoration that I'm doing, and I just colour them in separate bowls. I'm just sticking the fondant flowers onto the bunny using the white royal icing. I've popped my white royal icing into a piping bag with just a plain round tip. I've got my pink royal icing in a piping bag with a round tip, and I'm just going to pipe my cute little bunny nose, and then I'm going to put some middles in the flowers, just the pink in the middle of the white for some contrast. And sometimes I do a little bit of gold paint on the top if I want a little bit of extra glitter. I've got my green icing I've got in a piping bag with a little leaf tip number 349. And to pipe the leaf, I'm going to pop it onto the cookie in the spot I want to start. Press, wiggle it a little bit up and down, release and pull out. Just add as many leaves as you think the design needs. And I'm taking my white piping bag again, and I'm just going to pipe in a center to that pink flower and a couple of little dots to add to the design. And I'm just getting a damp brush just to even that out a little bit. It's a little bit pointed, and a scribe tool. I'm just painting on some ears with some edible paint. And you can actually pipe it on with the royal icing if you like, but I just like this kind of wishy watercolor look, so I do it this way. And I'm drawing on a cute little eye with some edible black marker. So you might like to wait until the fondant's dry, because sometimes when you've just done it, when you press down on the marker, it'll make a little bit of an indent. So sometimes I wait a day. I'm using some edible dusting powder and a little brush to brush on a rosy cheek. And then a clean brush to brush off all the excess dust. My upcoming videos have more cookie decorating ideas, my sugar cookie recipe, and some fabulous macarons. I'd love if you'd subscribe. Thanks for watching.